Alright. Hello, viewer. Today we are playing Jam and the Mystery of the Mysterious Spooky Mansion, which apparently is a reverse whodunit by Ray Clark. I got this on itch. It was part of a bundle, and honestly, one of the only reasons I clicked on it was because the chick looked like Daria, and that's one of my favorite TV shows. If you've never seen it, it's old MTV show. Spin-off of Beavis and Butthead. It's awesome, but whatever, let's play this game. I did play a little bit of it this morning when I was sleep deprived, so I vaguely remember it. But from what I remember, it was hilarious, but I'm gonna go ahead and start it from the beginning, of course. So how to play, press space or left click. Okay. Investigate the room with mouse. Inspect highlighted objects with left click. There's a lot of weird things to walk in on. Alright. So, Jam. Finally, it's time for me to unmask the villainous mastermind behind this case. And the culprit is... drumroll. Alexander V. Badman. Perfect last name. Just as I suspected, my arch nemesis, the notorious intermunicipal criminal genius, Alexander V. Badman. Kid, are you seriously doing this right now? You've evaded justice for too long, Badman. It's high time someone took you down. And that someone is me, Jam, the world's greatest kid detective between the ages of 4 and 17 in the western half of Lynn County. That's oddly specific. Okay, kid, listen. I realize maybe I don't have the best track record on this, but this time, I'm totally innocent, I swear. And what's more... Oh, I'm sure you're innocent, Badman. Just like that time with the T-Rex portraits. It was just one T-Rex portrait, actually. Or the haunted factory. You technically never proved it was me underneath that bedsheet. Okay, that's true. Innocent for proven guilty. Presumably. Or the puzzling predicament of the vanishing gazebos? Alright, yeah, that one was totally me. Okay, you see, from the start, I trust this guy. He's honest. Maybe, he lives up to that last name of his, but at least he's honest. But I'm telling the truth. I didn't do anything wrong in this particular abandoned house. I was just, doing some stuff, when all of a sudden you came out of nowhere with the frying pan, knocked me out cold, and tied me to a chair. Extremely rude, by the way. That is rude, don't do that. You may injure someone. But there's something else you need to know. Before you got here, I was poking around upstairs when I saw something seriously doing some stuff. Right. I'm serious, kid. You gotta untie me and run for it. Like, there's some real uncanny shit going down here. If we don't get out of here, we're gonna save it for the judge, Badman. The only thing I want to hear out of you is your confession. My confession to what? I haven't even done anything yet. Your confession to... the crime. Again, specific. The crime that was done by you, that I definitely have solved in its entirety. Oh my god, you haven't even tried to figure out what's going on. Of course I have. My powers of deduction are impeccable. I, just need a minute to get my evidence in order. Which I'll be doing over there. In a different room. Wait, listen to me, kid. Kid, don't leave. Kid! Stupid arch nemesis. Ugly turtleneck. I can prove he's the one who did it. Just as soon as I figure out what it is. Maybe I should go find some actual evidence first. So that explains the reverse whodunit. You're matching the evidence to the person before even figuring out the crime. So kinda how some things get solved nowadays. Alright, so now we're exploring the mansion. We gotta find some evidence and gather stuff to help solve problems that we'll encounter. I guess we're just gonna try and find things that'll just pin everything on this dude. Mr. Badman over here. Alright, so let's investigate this. Not in time. Fire extinguisher. It's the opposite of evidence. I suppose. It's good to have one handy in a place like this. This house is probably even older than asbestos. Wow. Okay, so painting. Worth an awful lot. Wouldn't you agree, Badman? I know a reproduction painting when I see one. I'm fairly confident you could buy that one for like $10 at IKEA. Alright, so supposedly not of importance. Using incandescent light bulbs. Guess there's technically nothing illegal about energy inefficient appliances. But warm lighting with this color palette, that's got to be criminal. There's your evidence for the crime, you don't even know what it is. Alright. So it looks like that's all in this room. So you can change rooms with the map. So we are currently in the living room, which is here, so I guess we'll just start from left to right, work our way around the house. Alright. I do hear an awful lot of dead bodies being stuffed in fridges. Alright, so we're gonna open it, and I guess technically that's still food. Yellow mold seems to be enjoying it anyway. That is disgusting. What's this? This fish seems relatively fresh. So apparently that's suspicious and is now in our pocket. Alright, that's not gonna smell too good. Okay, she needs at least one more piece of evidence before she confronts him. That sounds legit. Alright, let's try the oven. Oven works. Try my hand at a little baking while I'm here. Yeah, it's in someone else's house that you just said that their house seems older than asbestos. That's gross. Alright, someone left out their ingredients. Looks like they're gonna bake a cake with all of this. If they're not gonna do it, maybe I'll take a crack at it. That's gross. And also, not your stuff. You're the one that's technically doing the crime here. Let's add the flour, some eggs, whole of course for the extra nutrition. Okay. Then a stick of butter, a spoonful of sugar, whatever this weird almond sauce is. Why would you stick something weird from someone's house? But I think we should not ask questions at this point. Vanilla flavoring. And mix it all together. Looking good. Next up, time to bake. Alright, let's get this cake to baking. Just need to figure out how. Doesn't know how to get it baking, and I guess I'm gonna need something that I pick up later to help me learn how to bake a cake, I guess. So, yeah, we don't have anything except this stupid fish. So I guess we'll just try a different room. Party. See, there's a key. That is weird to have a key hanging from the ceiling by a string. I do know that a clue this tantalizing's gotta lead to something significant. You would think, yeah, if only I could get it down. Again, I need something from my stuff to get it down. I guess I'm gonna need to find scissors at some point. Try this painting. Super original, never seen that one before. Very pedantic, this girl. There's something mysterious about it though. Is it the window? The unlit candle? I feel like this composition is missing something. I don't know, maybe that skull's missing some flesh and some eyeballs. Again, have to use something from my stuff, the stuff that I do not have, unless it's a fish. Alright, what's this? Looks like no one's vacuumed down there in at least half a century. Wouldn't touch that with the 10-foot pole. Well, you're already in the damn house. Alright, again, don't have anything to grab it. Oops. That was an accident. Apparently right-click brings up the menu. Okay, so it looks like we're done in this room. Not much else we can do. So we'll try the library. Let's see. Book, there's a book here. A book tucked away in a hard-to-find location. A chair. It's got to have all sorts of clues and evidence swirled away inside. I'll just open it and... oh! Something fell out. Looks like a note. Does that say iron snail authorization? What does that mean? An aging post-it note. Someone using this as a bookmark? And the text. Iron snail authorization. What could it mean? I mean, aside from Alexander the Badman is super guilty, because that's totally what it says to me. Okay, it must be another language. Anyway, that makes 2 pieces of evidence. There are 2 pieces of evidence. I should be able to figure out what Alexander's up to with this. You gonna slap that fish on me? Still, maybe gathering a little more evidence could be useful. Let's see. The book is titled The Tome of Dubiously Plot-Related Information. Interesting. It's open to a chapter somewhere in the middle. Chapter 15. The Tale of You Brothers 3. Okay, if this gets hard to read. I'm guessing it's talking about that classic tale. Once upon a time, there were 3 jesters who did themselves brothers call. The first jester was Klepmelech, the second Mahendra, and third Jimbo. Yeah, that very old-timey name. One day, where these 3 brothers with full merriment. Okay, this is hard to read. I'm gonna assume. Okay, I see death. Of you 3, one must needs die. Yeah, this is that classic tale. I'm just gonna skip all that, because that is gonna just give me a headache. We killed all 3 jesters, went off on their merry way. The end. Chapter 16. Oh no, another one. I can't even read that. If you can read that, translate that in the comments for me. Oh my god. Alright. We're through with that, thank god. I thought we were gonna have to read a whole new chapter. This is a proper spooky mansion. It stands to reason there must be at least 1 rotating bookshelf. I feel like every home should have one, not just a spooky mansion. Badman probably has a secret passage hidden behind it, safe from prying eyes. But not from me. Now, if I were Badman, which book would I choose as the switch? This riddle will require a thorough analysis of his life and background. Though on second thought, I'm not sure I actually know anything personal about him. Oh, maybe now's your opportunity. He's tied down. He can't go anywhere. He's probably bored out of his mind. You 2 can just sit down together, have like a nice little chat. I mean, even Batman and the Joker would, have a little chat every now and then, and I feel like they knew each other pretty well as far as like, their personality, what the other one likes and dislikes. You can, form a little bond between you 2. Let's see. His name sounds old-timey, like European or something. And there's only 1 book on the shelf that could be the switch. How to metric. The metric system. Yeah, poking a little fun at us Americans there. I get it. I guess that wasn't it. Maybe it's just a regular bookshelf after all. Okay, so looks like that's it for the library. Guess we'll go to the bedroom. Oh, nice clown painting up here. left-hand clown barrels toward the viewer like the world's most exuberant freight train, the vector of his relentless advance, a reminder of one's own impotence. Jam boops him on the nose. There's a faint click. Interesting. Maybe boop all of them on the nose? The middle clown stares down with an expression of incalculable grief, his hands raised in supplication to an absent god. Jam boops him on the nose. The click is slightly louder this time. The right-hand clown smirks in the shadows. His bow tie weighs heavy with the sacred promise of a seltzer to the face. Jam boops him on the nose. From somewhere behind the painting comes the sound of shifting machinery. Maybe she's going to get that rotating bookshelf after all? The mechanism seems to have reset itself. Is there something I'm missing? I wonder. I guess we'll come back to that later. There must be something that I need to pick up or use there. Look at these. Bet there's some solid evidence in there. That or another Gideon weapon. Let's see. Lucky me, it's a revolver. So we get a how-to metric book and a revolver and a fish. Let's not forget, we still have this fish. That is evidence. Oh. Loaded gun. Oh, so it's loaded too. Awesome. I hope she knows how to use it. Still got 5 bullets loaded in it. Great. What a totally innocuous and normal item for an American teenager to find lying around the house. Well, that's true. You do find those everywhere, especially in Texas. Totally normal. Alright. So it looks like someone's been sleeping in that bed, though. Oh, how did I even miss this? There's a huge-ass pentagram on the floor. It's gotta be the most terribly drawn demonic summoning circle I've ever seen. Still pretty spooky, though. In terms of occultic likelihood to corrupt the youth and steal their souls for the devil, I'd rank it like 5 points above rock music and just a smidge below Harry Potter. I can see that, yeah. Alright, so I think we've done all we can here. So, let's move to the lounge. What is that? Is that Hillary Clinton? Why does it have so many eyes? Oh god, oh man, oh god. That would also be my reaction. Do I shoot it? Keep it together, Jan. It's just a taxidermied model. All I need to do is take the gun, look that thing in the eyes, and... oh my god, I'm gonna die. Alright, so I don't shoot it. How to metric? It's demon, it probably got here by magic, so magic can send it back, right? Oh no, does she think it's a spell book? Centimilli micro nano. Oh god, it's not working. Oh, I wonder if maybe I can throw the fish at it. Oh, I guess I can. No. Yeah, I can. Alright. So, I guess we don't have anything for that either. Let's try this candle. Can't look at a candle. Too busy trying not to get my soul sucked out through my teeth. Yardstick. All I need to do is walk past that. And that demonic monstrosity. Holy crap, it's gonna eat me alive. Alright, so it looks like I need to find something to get rid of whatever that is. Alright, so I'm guessing I'm done with this room for now. See, that was a lounge, right? Yeah. So, we'll go to the bathroom. Alright, always try the trash cans. There's one thing I've learned from playing a copious amount of video games, it's that you always need to check the trash cans. What I was just thinking. You never know where someone might have hit a key item or an equipable item that heals 6.25% of your maximum HP per turn. Okay, maybe one of those is slightly less useful than the other in this situation. Still Still, even if there was something good in there, I can't say I'm super thrilled about reaching in and grabbing it. That's true. Never reach into random trash cans that... I mean, use a glove at the very least, but you never know if there's like some needle in there and you just got like... Well, I was gonna say you just got like shot up with heroin, but I'm sure if there was a needle in a trash can that's already been used, so you maybe wouldn't get shot up, it'd probably just be like a couple of drops. So you'd probably be fine. There's some pretty nasty looking tissues wadded up in there. Gross. Use the gun to get it out? That would have been funny. That's not gonna work. Okay, so it doesn't look like I can pick anything up either. Let's see. Why, who's that supremely graceful and astute super sleuth in the mirror? Could it be Jam, the world's greatest kid detective between the ages of 4 and 17 in the western half of Lynn County? God, they should put that on a shirt. Oh, I'm ever so busy solving crimes, I couldn't possibly stop to pose for the cover of the Nancy Drew review. Okay, maybe just this once. Oh, are we posing now? Could she pose with the gun? It's a dark and stormy night in the city, and a mysterious figure is prowling the streets with a gun in hand. That's right. Jam, the world's greatest adult detective above the age of 18 in the western half of Lynn County, is on the case. Taller than 2 kids in a trench coat, and infinitely more capable of voting in state and federal elections. Hell yeah, vote. And of course, legally allowed to say cusses. I don't think it's illegal. Shh. Son of a heck. Son of a heck, I'm gonna use that one. Well, maybe give it 1 to 14 years. Alright, let's see what else. What's this? Something in the tub. It's a horse head. Is it one of those masks? Oh god, I don't want this. I don't think anyone has ever wanted this. Is it upsettingly detailed horse mask? Okay, good. It's just the mask. If it were a real head, I'd quit the game. Like that's it for this room. So last room, let's look at for now. It looks like is the study, which looks a mess. Billy S. Billy S. No idea who this chump is, but he's got some seriously creepy eyes. He looks high. It's like they can follow you around the room. Oh, maybe they do. Oh, they moved. Did you see that? They moved. Loaded gun, shoot it. Oh. Okay. Horse mask? Didn't it give me the option to... Yeah. Hey, you! Yeah, you there, Billy. You looking at me, huh? What's that? No? Yeah? I didn't think so. Better watch yourself, punk. I've got my upsettingly detailed eye on you. Yeah, his eyes are shifty. This note. Mysterious letter. Full of dirt. Let's see. The concluding statement of D. Keeler. As this rebusive haze dissipates from about my consciousness in most total clarity, do I revisit those actions which over the preceding month I did tragically? I don't know if I pronounced any of that right, so forgive me. This house, how it reeks of that most sanguineous humor, and so too my sullied hands which did that humor spill. What did he do? He and I thought ourselves bold, but the facade crumbled like ash before that tremendous horror that came from out mine floor did emerge. To merely witness it rising from the circle would itself percuss the brain to insensibility. It is best not to think of such things. The deed is done, and undone it cannot be. Yet these words soften my woe a little. That vitiscence which from mine friend I preached, that I might invoke the demon, how glad would I be to have it back, and the demon perlineated from this earth. I was mad then, so too was he, and now of him only his lone mandible remains. Oh no. As for that demon, I have sealed its essence within the lawn statuary and transpaled its corporeal form upon my harpooning gun. What? Still does it stand as though a porpoise lifeless. But full well I know that comely death desires as little to do with the demon as I. And oh, the worms that out from its immaculate corpse do wriggle and breathe. The worms. I am but a festering rind of cheese swollen to bursting with worms. Their blood-ravenous susurrations churn the rancid milk of my soul, the writhing, the gnawing, the boundless hunger. Boring! I could barely even read most of that. Honestly, I could barely read that too, but I was kind of intrigued by what he was getting at. But whatever it said, I'm pretty sure it has nothing to do with the crimes that Badman definitely committed here. Pretty sure it's the opposite of that. Alright, let's see, is anything else up here? Let's try this box. A locked box. Narrative convention dictates that it's gotta be full of treasure, or at least an important bit of evidence. But how to open it? The gun. Though a bobby pin would be a lot easier to fit into the tumbler. Man, we could just shoot the damn thing. How to metric. Locked in metric. Carry the 9 and follow PEMDAS. Nope, still locked. Maybe if I try radiance. Now mock it with the mouse head. Not the mouse head, the horse head. Oh, okay. Well, I think that's it here. So can I go upstairs? See, I don't feel like I've gotten anything. Oh, I guess this is the upstairs. Let's back to the living room. Let's see if he says anything. Time to wrap this up. I know what you did, and I've got the evidence to prove it. Click 2 pieces of evidence. I have to say, this case was a tricky one. Strange fish and an encrypted message. For a lesser detective, one less worldly and rigorously well-versed in subjects ranging from geography to social studies, perhaps would have been insurmountable. But not for me, Jam, the world's greatest kid detective between the ages of 4 and 17 in the western half of Lynn County. Took all my wits to crack this one. Once I saw the connection, the answer was as clear as obsidian. Kid, have you ever actually, been outside Lynn County? Curious that you should mention travel, Badman. Most curious indeed. Also, just for the record, I did in fact visit Portland for a rap concert when I was 4, so you can stop treating me like some ignorant child anytime now. Anyway, my first hint was in the initials of the note. Iron Snail Authorization, or ISA. What else does that stand for? Well, I'll tell you. International Secret Assassination. Holy shit. Not content to be a mere intermunicipal criminal genius, you had to set your sights on a much grander prize. Cold-blooded murder in a foreign land. Do I look like a cold-blooded murderer to you? Looks can be deceiving, Badman. That's the first rule of detectiving. Regardless, it wasn't enough to merely uncover the nature of your plot. I had to identify your intended victim and means of assassination. Fortunately, you left me with a second valuable clue hidden in the note. Why write snail and not, for instance, sarsophone? I'm guessing that's gonna be like the scientific term for a snail. I'm not sure. Yeah, exactly. I have no idea what that is or how to pronounce it. But think, where are snails most commonly eaten? That's right, France. Of course, we both know you're too broke to fly to France, so I had to look elsewhere. Yeah, totally unnecessary. In France, the national language is French, but do you know where else they speak French? Canada, that's where. A vast, almost entirely uninhabited wilderness full of extremely polite, internationally famous musicians who don't lock their doors at night, a mere 8 hours away by car. I couldn't devise a more perfect venue for your vile schemes, even if I made it up entirely on the spot. Pretty much already there, kid. But how, then, to commit this murder? A wayward hockey puck? Locking your victim in a cage with the starved beaver? Oh, that's a good one. No such means are too inelegant for someone like yourself, and thus we come to the fish. To the fish. What about the fish? Only one tool is suitable. Poison. Wait, what? It means fish in French. Oh. He had the same reaction I did. Anyway, just in case you're still planning to go ahead with the whole fish murder road trip thing, I went ahead and took the precaution of slashing your tires. Aw. My work here is pretty much done. Wait, you did what? Later, or rather, hasta la vista. That means later in French. Pretty sure that's Italian. Ugh, what a mess. Stuck in a haunted house, tied to a chair, and now I need to buy new tires. I know, this guy just has the worst luck. At least it can't get any worse. Still, the kid was right about one thing. A nice long vacation in Canada sounds pretty appealing right now. Oh no. Alright. So that's the end. I got ending number 1 of 16. Oh, Canada. That's cool. So you can get multiple endings based on what evidence you find, I suppose. Having a hard time figuring out how to get some of the items where it said I needed other stuff to get it, but perhaps a second playthrough will suffice, and I think that calls for a part 2 of this series. So I'm going to end this here. I'll record another episode to see if maybe we can end up getting all endings. So that's it. Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy it, please let me know. If you didn't enjoy it, please let me know. I'm open to constructive criticism as well. I'm not going to force you to like me if you don't like me. But that's it. I'm going to leave that here.